Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, friends of the art of Japanese prints. My name is Dieter Manschura, just call me Dieter. I am the manager and owner of the Artelino company, and my little company sells Japanese art prints in weekly online auctions. But we also produce videos centered around Japanese prints. The subject of today's video is a little bit more general. You can basically apply it to all kind of art prints, yeah? And it's more for beginners, not so much for experienced collectors of art prints. The title is, what are artist proofs? Well, what are artist proofs? When you don't know anything at all, we usually ask a search engine that pretends to be quite intelligent, and in 99% of all cases we use Google. So let's try that and let's ask Google, what is an artist proof? What is an artist proof?
According to Wikipedia, an artist's proof is, at least in theory, an impression of a print taken in the printmaking process to see the current printing state of a plate while the plate is being worked on by the artist.
Well, that was a little bit fast and maybe a little bit difficult for you to understand if you're, like me, a non-native English speaker, but you may have heard a trial print while still the printmaking is in process, and you may have heard the word in theory. So apparently there's a difference between theory and practice. And in this video I want to tell you especially the practice, what is really behind an artist proof. Well, the expression artist proof is always used in connection with limited edition prints. First of all, as Wikipedia just said, it's a trial print, yeah? It's a kind of quality check for the artist to see, yeah, is this the result I want to have? So a trial print. But when you go into the Wikipedia article, it also tells you that, as a rule of thumb, about 10 to 15% out of a limited print edition are for the artist's use. For the artist's use, not for the market, 10 to 15%. So that's another use for artist proof. And you should also know there are other words than artist proof. Sometimes you can read épreuve d'artiste. Well, that's French, means the same. And then there are abbreviations, AP for artist proof or EP for épreuve d'artiste. You must know the art market loves to use terms that common people cannot understand. Sometimes they use even Latin words. Of course, the intention behind it is to make things as intransparent as possible. There is also something similar to artist proof, and that is called hors de commerce. It's also French and means out of commerce, not meant for sale. The abbreviation is HC. You won't encounter it as often as AP, but you will also find in the market prints that are marked as hors de commerce or HC. Well, let's wrap it up. Artist proofs are not meant to be sold in the market. When artist proofs are not meant for the market, not meant for sale, so how come that you see artist proofs in the market, my friends? Let me tell you a fabricated story. Let's say, okay, we have an artist. He made a design using, as a technique, woodblock prints or etching or whatever. And this design is planned as a limited edition in an edition of 100 copies. So, in theory, only 100 copies may be printed from the plates, from the wood blocks, and afterwards, and they have to be printed all in one swoop. Afterwards, the artist has to sign them all, number them all, this is done in pencil, and possibly also add the date. Okay, but decisive is the numbering, 1 to 100, and sign them all. And afterwards, in theory, the blocks or the plates must be destroyed. This is hardly ever done, but this is another subject. Okay, let's not sidetrack. Now let's go back to the question, limited edition of 100. In practice, hardly any artist prints the complete edition of, in this example, 100 copies at once. Why not? I can understand it. It has very practical reasons. Most artists are not rich. They may live in a small apartment. And imagine they produce, let's say, 20 different designs in 1 year, and they produce 100 copies of each. They need a huge storage place, and it's difficult to store such a pile safely. Safely means without damaging the prints from foxing or from getting mold, yeah? So an artist only prints the number of copies that they think they can sell on short term, either by themselves on the internet or in cooperation with dealers and galleries. This is the practice, and this is how it is done in most cases. Well, but now let's continue this fabricated story. I want to tell you why artist proofs get into the market. Now let's assume this edition sold well, and it's never sold, hardly ever, within a few weeks. It may take 1 year or may take 2 years, but let's assume this edition sells well, and all the 100 copies are sold out. And then comes the galleries and the dealers, or the artist gets new orders from the internet and says, hey, couldn't I have a copy? That means the market is ready for more copies. But this is a limited edition, only 100 prints, so what to do? The intelligent solution, in my view, and with my experience as an art dealer for nearly 20 years, leave it, make a new design, forget about it, and this is it. But most artists cannot resist the temptation to make a few additional, easily earned bucks. The temptation is just too large. So what are they doing in order to sell more prints above the limited edition of 100 copies? Well, there are different theoretical solutions. One is very stupid, make a new version and, for instance, use another numbering, take Roman numbers. Don't laugh, yeah? You don't see it so often, but also this could happen, or they mark it as a new edition, edition 2, or whatever. The other possibility is make a different color version. Yeah, the print is not in blue, but comes out in red, or add a little bit a variety to the design. Okay, add a few clouds or make them a little bit different. This is very easily, and instead of carving for weeks, you can produce 20, 30 or as many copies as you want without great effort. And the solution that is often applied is artist proof. Yeah, they are marked as AP or artist proof. And this is it. That's what actually happens, and why you can see prints marked as artist proof or AP or EP, approved artist, in the market. As a collector of art prints, of course, you would like to know, when you see an artist proof in the market, how many copies exist in the market of this AP print compared to the limited edition? Important question for you, but the sad story is it's hardly ever known. Few artists document how many copies they print and when they print these copies and in what color combinations and how many AP, if any at all, they print. These documentations made by the artists are called studio diaries. But often they are not available for the public. Sometimes an artist may mark something on the backside of the print, or when an artist is very famous, you may have a catalogue raisonné, that's a kind of directory of the artworks of an artist where the APs are documented, but in most cases, unfortunately, not. Sorry, my friends. Another important question is the consideration, the value. What's the value of an AP copy compared to a numbered copy? Recently, I came to a website and I read something. This website praised an AP print and said, well, it comes directly out of the property of the artist and therefore it's much more valuable than a numbered copy. Sorry, complete nonsense. Don't believe it. The opposite is true. Yeah. A numbered edition is always ranked slightly higher in value compared to an artist proof. However, the difference is usually not very large. The good thing is, when you have an AP in the market, an artist proof, it shows that this design is in good demand. Because the limited edition is sold out. Otherwise, the APs wouldn't be in the market. So when you buy it, you have good chances that you may sell it well 20 years later if maybe you don't like it anymore or whatever. Whatever, yeah. So remember, when you have the choice between a numbered edition or an AP, always make your choice for the numbered copy. We're coming to the end. Artelino is not only an auction site, but we also offer a lot of contents on our website, www.artelino.com. There we have more than 1,000 articles about Japanese prints and also some general articles about prints. And of course, we also have an article precisely about what I now just told you. What are artist proofs? Let me just quickly show that to you. Yeah, here we see, you see what is an artist proof. And here, this is an AP, you see it, by Kotsaki Ken, quite nice. Yeah, he's very popular. And okay, here's the artist, a lot of text. Let's come now to the end, my friend. If you like our videos, you can watch them either on our website or directly on YouTube. On YouTube, you can also add likes. Well, our helpers, we cannot pay them with likes. They want to be paid in euro. We are located in Germany, but nevertheless, our team is always motivated by getting a few likes. And if you like our videos, you can subscribe to our video channel. There's also something, okay, that encourages also us. Don't forget us. Well, so much for today. I hope you liked it. And I hope to see you for our next video. Thanks for watching and take care of yourself and have a good week.